Hello, do you like survival games? Well, I got a game for you. It's called Abiotic Factor. Now, what's so unique about Abiotic Factor? The fact that it takes place in an underground facility away from prying eyes. And everything you need's in the facility, too. Let's just start off with the basics of Abiotic Factor. You've got your usual survival game mechanics. You've got food, you've got water, you've got temperature. But what makes a difference is you've got a sleeping mini game. The more and more you jump over these aliens, the quicker and quicker you get your sleep back. Which is intuitive, it's not like it's a black screen. There's also a shitting mini game. Yes, you heard that right. If you press these little bars, you shit quicker. Now, if that's not intuitive and amazing, I really honestly don't know what to do and to tell you about this game. Like, come on. Sliding over, let's talk about the skills. Now, the skill tree is not too fleshed out. They're talking about next update, they're going to be adding new and improved skills, but most of them are pretty basic, like your attacks do more damage, or you have more chance to bleed with sharp objects. You can shoot better, you can reload quicker, and the survival ones, you can make better food or fish better locations. You know, pretty simple. So in most survival games, you're just trying to live, honestly. There is no base objective. In Abiotic Factor, you're actually trying to escape. So to do that, the gameplay loop is you get better equipment, get better hacking tools, and you can hack further and further into the facility, which then adds more monsters, more entities, more equipment, more everything, really. More resources, more trinkets. Trinkets are amazing and all, but you know what the real go-getters are in this game? Monsters! And oh boy, do we got plenty of them. But for the sake of being spoiler-free, I only want to talk about one. And it's personally one of my favorites. There's two favorites in the game for me. But this one is called the Lilac, which is basically a weeping angel. But instead of the weeping angel, it only attacks if you're really close. What it does is, if you stare at it, it'll disappear, it'll get rid of it. But if you don't look at it and you turn around and it gets close enough, it will claw the shit out of you. So think of it like a conant. Basically what happens is if you're not looking at it and it gets close enough, it will start attacking you. Otherwise, you're pretty safe if you just stare at it and, give it a good look. Tiptoeing around the monster types in this game, I want to talk about the progression of this game a little bit more. So one of the main ways that you progress in this game and you get more stuff is you go in these portal worlds to get certain materials to help you on your way. I don't really want to talk too much, but here we go. Pre-recording Joker here. If you don't want spoilers, make sure to ignore this part. Flat Hill is this portal world that kind of reminds me of like Silent Hill, with it being covered in fog, enemies everywhere. One of the most notable enemies in this game is the Giants, which are located in Flat Hill and a couple more other places when you're in a longer playthrough. Thankfully, the Giants don't insta-kill you. They only do minimal damage. Unless you don't got good armor, then they actually can do like half your health bar. And so we're coming from the creepy Flat Hill to something a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more like a watery grave. I present to you the hydro plant. Why is it my favorite? Well, it scares me shitless. One of the objectives is to get across a big body of water. Now, what you can do is you can get the jetpack, which will let you fly across and not have to worry about this whole section. It's a lot harder because you got to kill a bunch of enemies. But if you go swimming, well, have I got something for you. There's a humongous fish in the water that will eat you for fucking dinner. Now, what do I mean by this? So, in the water, there's these little fish creatures that come up close to you and will just swallow you whole and eat you immediately. Now, there's a couple of ways to get by them, but imagine my horror when I was swimming around at 5 a.m. and then I just see a little tentacle start swimming toward me, and then I get jump scared and I'm just immediately dead. Like, that is pure blown terror incarnate. That is why I love this area. Hydro plant, I give it a 10 out of 10. I'm scared. You know one of the survival game's do's and don'ts of what makes an amazing survival game? Well, guess what? You can fish. Yep, that's right. Go pack it up. We can fish. It's already an amazing game, but when you add little mechanics like these, it makes it so much better. Well, so some of the mechanics in the fishing minigame are not the hardest to get used to, but The fish are cool, the rewards are amazing, and if you stick with it, you get probably one of the best perks in the game, in my opinion. I'm not going to spoil what the perk does, but it's one of the best perks in the game. Give it a shot, try to fish, good for food, good resources, to be honest. Another thing I want to talk about the cooking in this game. The cooking is fucking peak. You put different ingredients into a pot, and you get cooking. You can get different kind of recipes, just trying out random things. Whenever you don't have the recipe, it's called theoretical soup. You can make different soups that are better at different things, like getting more XP for certain skills and or losing hunger faster. So they're very useful. I do recommend, though, if you're playing in a group, make sure one person at least is cooking a lot, because the necessary components and stuff are so easy to find, and it fills you up so quickly and so much that it's necessary for more than one person. The vending machines are good, but they can outlast you the entire time you play the game. Someone's got to be the cook, so guess what? Get your friend, get a cook. The criticism I got for this game is little to none. The only kind of criticism that I have is you can get these loot boxes after you find a very special key. They only have one trinket type no matter which chest you get, which I guess I can understand why, because maybe if you're playing with 6 people, all 6 people want that trinket. But, add a little bit more variety to the boxes because there's such a low drop chance. I feel like that would definitely boost it up and make it a lot more rewardable and better for us to actually try to grind out for the keys instead of just getting the same old. I feel like that would help. As an example, there is a chest for Flat Hill. What it gives you something called a fog lantern, which when you're in fog, you get lower stamina regen and a bunch of other stuff. But you get that 6 times no matter which chest you open. Unless your party member wants that, like all 6 of you do, then there's really no reason for you to keep getting it. I mean, there's an armor set, but it's not really that good when you start getting into the mid game. So what I would recommend is we start adding more variety to these like trinkets and chests. Like, say, for example, there would maybe be one that the giants wouldn't attack you, or you could use the giants as like a tameable. Some like little interesting knickknacks, you can mix and match. Not just, hey, I can now lose less stamina, but it is early access. So, I figured I would at least give a little bit of my insight and what I think would be pretty good and helpful for the game. Now, the future of the game. So here pretty soon, as the time of this is being recorded, in summer of 2025, they're going to be dropping the newest expansion. Don't know too much about it. I'm actually very excited for the future of this game because the devs really seem to care about the community and talking about the game and trying to make it the best game that it possibly can be, which is very notable in this day and age when most new releases or early access don't give the time of day to anyone or anybody. So, final touches. I want to talk about how fun the game is in general. I had a blast. I played this with one of my friends, so we did a 2-player. It was just as fun as I was playing a single player because I had 2 worlds, one single player, one multiplayer. Both I felt really fulfilled in what I was doing and how I was gaming. Unfortunately, I never got to try the 6-player co-op. I was definitely stuck with 2, which is definitely a really good experience even if you only have 2 people. I really enjoyed my time with Abiotic Factor. The community is great. Like, the Reddit was absolutely delightful. I had a couple of questions I needed to ask. I asked some of the people in the Discord. They were also very kind, surprisingly enough. And then let's not even get started about the devs. They're chill as hell. Like, their Q&As, that they actually love this game. They're putting a lot of love, tender, and care into it. They're trying to make it the best survival game that it can be, and it really shows. And I'm really excited and hopeful for the new updates, to be honest. Now, this has been the first episode of Case Closed Game Reviews. I really hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, we'll be making this a bi-weekly series. If you got anything you want me to review or play, leave it in the comments. Hell, I might take a look at it. You never know. But either way, hope you enjoyed. It was amazing to play Abiotic Factor. I'm definitely going back to play the expansion later. I hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good things. And you know what? I hope your pillow's comfy and cold. Goodbye, y'all.